punch bowl it's a punch bowl with I think it's got 9 individual goblet cups hanging round the outside of it, and it's sitting on a huge sculpted tray. The idea was inspired by, I was watching Elizabeth I on TV, and I saw you know how ornate a lot of their goblets and plates and things were, but they were sort of two-dimensional, and I thought, well, I'd like to do something like that and make them, you know, and the top of the punch bowl encrusted with cherries and strawberries and autumn flowers and leaves, and just really go mad. So it's really Elizabethan inspired, with highly sculptural and highly decorative. The outside of the punch bowl was divided up, I think, into 15 sections, and each section reflects a different season. So you've got autumn, summer, winter, and they're all individually decorated. And I just think it's very ornate. It's usable. If you wanted to use it, you could lift one of the little cups off the side and scoop yourself a nice glass of punch out of it. Those little teapots were all started out life as a little pinched form. Basically, they're a little round ball of clay pinched into the shape of a bowl. And I wanted to make just a short series of little teapots where the actual body of the pot was less important than the other features of it. So if you were going to use it for a cup of tea, it would contain very little tea, right? Basically, if you look at the forms, the spout would be maybe 3 times the size of the body. The handles are the same. The handles spring out like lassos from the form, and then they're on long, slender legs with little feet, little bally feet. The mirror basically started out, I started to make a small mirror for somebody. I was commissioned to make a small mirror for somebody that reflected the 4 seasons, and I made that and sold that, no problem. It was a wedding present for somebody, but I had a few leaves left and a few flowers left, and then I had this mirror that I bought in a second-hand shop. So I just thought, well, as you do, I'll just give myself a headache, and I'll make about another 3,000 leaves to go around this mirror. So basically I just thought, I'm just going to stick to the leaf form and do as many different shades. I think there's like lime green, dark green, mossy green, and then there's like a luminescent green. And I just did as many different leaf forms around the mirror as possible, all handmade now, rolled out little slim slabs of clay, just lifted up and twisted into shape, and then individually hand decorated. And then I thought it needed a bit of colour, so I made the peach and pink and red, crimson red roses to go around the top of it. Oh yes, and there's also a family of hedgehogs in the middle if you look very closely, nestling amongst the leaves. Oh, the cat, well, I'm a great cat lover. I have 3 cats of my own in the house, so it just seemed a natural, I don't know, extension of my life to start making cats. I started out making sheep, and then I got fed up of making sheep, and the sheep were lovely and people bought the sheep, and then the sheep moved on to pigs with massive ears, and then I thought I'd make some cats, so I decided to make some cats that are actually bigger than my own cats. What I would do when I'm making an animal is I would always exaggerate the features about the animal that make it what it is. So, for example, if you were making an elephant, I would make an elephant with huge ears and the body really small. When I'm doing my pigs, they have huge ears and really, really big curly tails. And with the cat, I thought massive eyes, massive ears, and massive paws. And again, I love working with black and white, so I seem to love that palette of black and white. So I made a series of cats that were black and white, and they either had gold feet and gold tails, or silver feet and silver tails. That's the I went through a series about 20 years ago of working with porcelain. Porcelain is a completely different material to use in white earthenware. It is not as forgiving as whiteout and where it cracks easily. You have to fire it incredibly high to get translucency from it. But I didn't really know what to do with it, so basically I didn't glaze any of the pieces. I just rubbed stain into them and made them very textural, so that when you rubbed the stain off, the stain stayed in all the little indentations you made on the body. But that little porcelain elephant, I don't know what it was. Some things just work.